A Disabled Person Reviews Disabled Meteor Part 72, Wish. So we have only one visibly disabled character. It's Dahlia. She bakes cookies, she uses a crutch, and she's our protagonist's best friend. Human best friend. I think the goat might be her actual best friend. But this character is the kind of disability rep that makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside, like Massimo from Luca, where she just happens to be disabled, happens to exist as a disabled person, and is not remarked upon. It's easily accommodated, it's all great, chill. But I also feel like this film sort of used that as a cop-out, if that makes sense, because her whole friend group behaves like a disabled friend group. There's the autistic-coded one, Dahlia, who's the cane user, one with severe allergies, the depressed and spaced out one, and also the grumpy one, who I think might have been some sort of attempt at creating little person representation, but I'm really not sure about that. And also, if that is the case and his whole thing is that he's really grumpy, that's a narrative choice. But also, we see so many of the citizens of this town, and Dolly is the only visibly disabled person out of all of them, which I found really, really weird. There's also a throwaway line early on in the film where Asha talks about how when her father was sick, she would wish on the stars that he would get better, which immediately opened up a whole new line of questioning for me about, like, what is the extent of the king's powers? Do we see no visibly disabled people because he has been curing people, whether that was their wish or not, because they don't remember what their wish was, so it doesn't matter? Is Dahlia the only disabled one because she hasn't made her wish yet? Even though we know from a short that her wish relates to baking, are people watching her and assuming that when she turns 18, her wish is to be no longer disabled? I feel like they had such a clear opportunity to make some sort of disability commentary here, and they completely ignored it. Like, with Luca, the lack of commentary on disability made sense because the otherwise message of the film about difference was so incredibly clear that it added to it by existing wordlessly and would have muddled the plot if they'd gone into more depth about that. But here, none of the characters are fleshed out, so it feels really weird that they didn't decide to flesh her out further, or any of the other friends whose names I don't know because they weren't characterized enough for my brain to remember them. So, like, yay, representation, they didn't mess it up, which is a win, but also that does feel kind of like the bare minimum here, because they had so many opportunities to do something cool with it, and then they just chose not to, which is sad.